Yo, what's poppin' everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Zach Lesage here. Today we're going to be covering over the new Lost Zone box. What does Lost Zone box gain from Pokemon 151? Well, we do gain the option to play Mew EX. Mew EX is going to be added to a bunch of decks in this format, so being able to copy our opponent's Radiant Greninja, copy their Tina V-Star, like there's so many cool things that we could copy, so hopefully we can get into some of that into the gameplay. That being said, list is available in the description. You can copy and paste that right there. Picking up any of these cards, go to AtlasTCG, Deck Out Gaming, and PTCGL store, all with discount codes available in the description. Deck list, gameplay, all that stuff is going to be covered, so let's jump into it. Let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch up with you into the video. Want to support the Shuffle Squad? Be sure to check out all of our sponsors in the description to pick up Pokemon TCG singles, sealed, and PTCG live codes. Word, this is what we got going on for our Lost Zone Turbo deck. So our strategy is going to remain the same of always using Comfey and using Colress and Lost Vacuum and getting cards into the Lost Zone. We want to quickly have options, so we're able to ramp up with a Cramorant into a Mirage Gate into attacking with Sableye. The two new cards that we added to this set, so we got two cool new cards, are both going to be Mew EX and then the Ditto. The Mew EX allows us to copy whatever our opponent has, so as a Mirage Gate deck, we could accelerate the energies to Mew quickly. Maybe we could copy Tina V-Star, maybe we could copy Radiant Greninja, maybe we could copy Tyranitar V. So we got some cool options here. We also have Ditto, so Ditto allows us to kind of get another Pokemon out when we're in the active spot, allowing us to kind of burn through this deck a little bit more. We might be a little bit low on stadiums. I do like a Pokestop in this deck, so that's really where the Ditto space is coming from in my head. Might want to cut an Escape Rope or maybe even a Forest Seal Stone for that. But right now I really like all the options that we have. So we'll have to see how it plays out. But right now, this is what we got for the list. Again, the list is going to be available for copy and paste into the description. And yeah, 151 is legal on PTCG Live right now, and it comes out, I mean, it's in stores today, but it's legal for in real life play October 6th. So let's jump into some gameplay and see exactly what we got going on with this deck. Okay, so our opponent's going to go ahead and call the coin flip. We want to go first unless they're playing an aggressive deck, and then we want to go second. I always go back and forth. Do I want to go first? Do I want to go second? And hopefully it doesn't give me the option to choose. They're choosing Forest, but when in doubt, if your opponent can attack on their first turn, you want to go second. So you could attack on your first turn. But I'm fine going second here in most cases. We're pretty good here. Now, our start's a little bit rough. We're going to start with the Rad Greninja. We are going to have access to concealed cards. Hopefully we're able to top deck a Colress, top deck a few things. We are playing against a Gardevoir deck. Cool thing against Mew EX here is that we are able to copy our opponent's Radiant Greninja. They might not put down a Manaphy, or maybe we could snipe it around. Like, we got some cool options that we can do against other decks, and they might not be expecting it. Yeah, we'll just draw 5 mulligans, but that's interesting. What an interesting development we have there. I was like, man, this hand's gonna be tough. I'm probably gonna have to record this one twice. Nope, not gonna happen. So our opponent does have the Manaphy there. That's fine. What a way. Mulligan 5 times, double Battle VIP Pass. They are cracked at Pokemon. And they just have everything. They're going to use concealed cards here. But we should be able to attack with Cramorant on our first turn. So we're going to use our proper order of operations. I don't know if I would have put the energy onto that route, so it's probably just getting knocked out. We're going to start off with concealed cards. I don't really care about the water energy because they have a Manaphy in play. So let's rip this water energy. There's a Battle VIP Pass. We'll use, so it goes items first. What I am going to do, I'm going to grab a Ditto. And I'm going to grab a Comfey because we can always manipulate whatever we have here, because if this is in the active spot, search your deck for a basic Pokemon you find there except any Ditto. If you do discard this Pokemon, all cards attached to it. So let's go ahead and Switch Cart into our Comfey. This gets us our third card. I don't need Dragonite too much, so let's just go Battle VIP Pass again. I'm going to go Battle VIP Pass here for I'm probably going to transform it into the Comfey. So I'm just going to grab a Cramorant out of the deck. Because it doesn't matter. So we'll just go ahead and do this. Yeah, I'm still fine with that. Let's go ahead here. We're going to retreat. I don't really care about the lightning energy, so let's go ahead retreat with that. I do want to make sure that I'm not just like making a mistake here. I haven't used my Colress yet, so I should have used Colress beforehand, so that's my bad. I was like, where are all my good cards? There's an Escape Rope, there's a Colress, and I don't want to lose another Psychic Energy, so that's completely fine. That brings us to 3 cards. Let's go ahead and Escape Rope. See whatever our opponent wants to send up here. Yeah, I got confused with the mulligans thinking that I had. So the proper order of operations that I go for is item cards. So Nest Ball, Battle VIP Pass, even Mirage Gate, stuff like that. Then I go for concealed cards if you can. Then you go for Colress. Then you go for Comfey. So it's slightly a little bit off, but that's okay. We're going to go Transformative Starts. This is going to get us our other Comfey, so we can always find some way out of this. Let's use Flower Selecting, see what we can get. Sky Seal Stone does not matter in this matchup, so we're just going to go Town Store. That's 4 in the Lost Zone. I am going to retreat with a Lightning Energy here. So while we can't knock out the Radiant Greninja, we are getting solid damage in play. Let's go ahead, retreat. Let's use Town Store, Town Map. I'm just going to grab a Forest Seal Stone. And we're just trying to really build up as many as we can. Let's rip this Comfey. I don't think we're going to need this anywhere. And then we're going to rip that. So we did get 6 into our Lost Zone turn 1. And we're ready for some Spit Innocent action. So not the best turn, but they also have a Radiant Greninja up active. So that's going to suck for them. And maybe next turn we're going to start using Sableye. I can already see that we have Colress. So that's going to get us up to 8 cards into our Lost Zone. Then we just have to find 2 more. So, we just need 2 switching cards for next turn, and then that will allow us to attack. So whether we use the Mew or not is to be determined, but we'll see. Our opponent also probably plays Collapse Stadium. I'm pretty sure Tord's list plays Collapse Stadium, so we should just assume most people playing Gardevoir are going to be playing Tord lists. And Tord does play a copy of Collapse and a copy of Artazon, so just have to double check there on the Limitless website. Yeah, everything here looks pretty normal. Although they did get rid of their Collapse. I don't maybe retreat and use the Collapse. So one thing that we can do now that they have no way to get that Collapse back, we can knock out their Manaphy and really force them to use a Super Rod on it. So that's really what I'm looking to go for here. It's just like really Sablying up our opponents. And then being able to copy being able to copy Radiant Greninja with Mew EX to get off other Radiant Greninjas and stuff like that. So really gonna try to force our opponent into some tough spots. Maybe they'll just use Memory Skip here. No? Okay, they're full on just attacking with Gardevoir. That's fine. I'm not really worried about it. Them knocking out the Cramorant actually is so much more beneficial for us than not. And I'm counting the Pokemon they have on their bench. Like, we should be in a pretty good spot to knock out Manaphy. I don't know if I want to knock out their Radiant Greninja. It depends on how many energies they have. They have 3, 6 out of their 12. We'll see how it goes. Did we lose a Super Rod? We have lost a Super Rod. So I have to be careful with my Radiant Greninja concealed cards. There's our Switch Cart. So we're going to start off with using Rad Ninja. So let's use concealed cards. I do not care about this Psychic or this Water Energy because we want to use Sableye this turn. Sweet. I don't know if I care about Nest Ball. There's nothing that they have that scares me. They could play Mew EX now, so almost having a Manaphy in play could be cool. But regardless, we're going to go for Colress, and we're going to decide after that. I do want this. I do want this. And I probably want the Klara. So let's go with those three. Sorry, Colress and Pal Pad. That was a really tough decision. That brings us to 8 in our Lost Zone. Flower selecting. I'm going to have to choose Super Rod. That brings us to 9 in our Lost Zone. Let's go for Escape Rope. Yeah, we'd rather them strand something else up active. If they know what they're doing, they should probably send up their Manaphy because they should know that it's going to happen. That's actually better for us because we're not going to knock that out. Let's go ahead and use Flower Selecting. And I don't know if I care about boss's orders too much. Maybe I do for the sake of Rad Ninja. I probably just want Switch Cart, to be honest. I don't really care about the boss. So let's go Sableye. And now we're going to start Sableyeing our opponent turn 2. So we're pretty good about this. I do want to double check here. We did lose our Dragonites. Dragonite could have been okay in this matchup, but let's take out their Manaphy because we're going to consistently put some pressure on our opponents. So there's 7. Let's put 2 here, 2 here, and then let's go put 1 here on the routes. We're going to probably try to knock out all of our opponent's Pokemon, but if they do evolve their Pokemon, I do want to be in a position where I am knocking them out. And we're looking at this game being like, I'm probably going to knock out their Radiant Greninja, their routes, their Curlia, that's 4 prize cards. So while we might not use Mew in this matchup, and while we already used the Ditto, so that was cool. These are things that we might not always do every single game. Lost Zone Box is a very fluid deck. So if anyone's just like, yo, Zach, you put Mew in the thumbnail. Mew was in your hand the whole game. Well, I'm not going to just use genome hacking for the sake of using genome hacking. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. Like, let's have a good game. Like, let's play Pokemon properly. Down to 19 cards. Hand kind of sucks. We'll see whatever our opponent does. I mean, again, I'm not tripping about it. I wouldn't mind attacking with Rad Greninja if they just don't get off a Manaphy. Knocking out a couple of our opponent's Pokemon would be quite cool. Not looking like we're knocking out a lot of their Pokemon. Maybe they'll use Cresselia this turn. Shouldn't have probably attached an energy there, but whatever. I don't think they played it with Arcana. We do have to watch out for their Cresselia if they have it. But they are going to retreat and just attack us. That's fine. I think, like, in this case, I'm totally cool if we... I don't know if 90-90 does too much. They've drawn 4 prize cards. Yeah, let's end up... how many switching cards have we gone through? 2. It's not letting me check. Thanks, PTCG Live. I know that our other Psychic is at the direct bottom of card of our deck. There's a pretty good chance we'll get a Mirage Gate. I think I could draw multiple prize cards, leaving us at 3. So let's go ahead and go... Sableye goes here. Sure, we're just going to draw into it. YOLO. We're going to use Nest Ball first to shuffle up our deck. I don't want to grab nothing. We can do 190 with Mew EX, so we do want to keep that in mind to finish things off. Raikou might be able to do a little bit more. So we're just using this to shuffle our deck because we know the bottom cards of our deck with Iono. We're going to see if we can get the Psychic now off the deck. Pretty easy choices here. We are going to be able to get the Psychic regardless, so that's cool. Let's just use Mirage Gate here. Water Psychic. We're going to put the Water Energy onto the Rad Greninja. Let's put another Water Energy onto Rad Greninja, because we probably just want to have some extra energies for what it's worth. And then let's go ahead and use Lost Mine. Lost Mine is going to force our opponent to continuously attack here. Let's knock out their Kirlia, so that puts them down to 4. That's 5. Let's put a 3 there. Let's knock out their Rad Ninja. Okay, so that's 2 prize cards drawn. If we could do 190, 190 means that we need to have 120 on this. So let's start like chipping away at their Gardevoir EX. If we have double full bench, we're good. Our opponent's like not really like feeding us much. The Mirage Gate there is nice because we could always just use Raikou to get some things back. But like right now, we're just kind of like chilling on whatever we have as options. Like Gardevoir can be a tough match if they don't really feed us much. Considering like we're losing a lot of it too, right? Like, so if our opponent starts putting Pokemon down on their bench, that's fine. I don't know what they're going to necessarily do here. Manaphy is not a card that I think they need in any capacity. If anything, the Manaphy puts it where I can knock out Manaphy now and knock out Gardevoir. Maybe we'll just get a Super Rod here. There's a Klara. That's kind of cool. Okay, well, they turned it where we didn't need to really knock out much. And now we can win the game by knocking out Gardevoir. We can knock out these 3 Pokemon on their bench. So they definitely overbench for us. We have to send up the Rad Ninja, because that's our best retreating option. I mean, even having the double energy there is quite nice. Let's just go Klara. And let's go Sableye, Sableye, Psychic, Psychic. So this is going to give us a little bit more pizzazz. Let's just put Sableye down, Psychic Energy here. So we're just really like going on with our Sableye stuff. I'm going to retreat because I don't care about Rad Ninja right now. If I use Lost Mine, I think there's a good chance that I could win the game next turn. Because I think they're just going to non-stop attack us. So let's go 4-3. This is probably easier. How much HP is 130? So that's 250. This is 90. 310 minus 90 is 220. It's actually easier for me to knock out this Gardevoir. So let's go all in on knocking out this Gardevoir. So 140 plus 190 equals 310. So if our opponent decides to attack us with this Gardevoir next turn, then we are able to go Switch Cart into, like, we are able to go Manaphy, Switch Cart, and we might be able to attack. I mean, they're probably just going to get their Manaphy back, and I really don't know why they keep on going for Manaphy when there's no Radiant Greninja win con in play. So really interesting play there. So maybe we will win the game with the Mew EX. That'd be quite cool. They're down to 0 cards left in deck, and they've played their Pal Pad. I think they... Okay. Not the best for us. We are pretty close. Like, we can Mirage Gates onto the Manaphy and then attack the Radiant Greninja. So I think that's what our game plan is going to be. Let's send up Sableye. Yeah, the Super Rod there is quite nice. So I am going to go ahead and use Super Rod so we have some combination of energies. I definitely want to go Psychic, Water, I guess. That seems fine. And then we're just going to go ahead and Mirage Gate, Psychic, Water in play. So let's go ahead and just do those. So we get the Psychic Energy, so we're going to at least get a prize. The Water Energy goes on Greninja because they can't get back Manaphy for a 3rd time. And we're going to go ahead and Lost Mine. So we're going to go 4-3. And then this is at 120, so we need to at least do 30 there. And then in case they use Cresselia, I'm going to put the other 20 there. So if we get an energy next turn, then we win the game. And we have an energy in our hands, and our opponent's already gone through 3 copies of Iono. So, I mean, I think we are good. I think we win the game with Radiant Greninja. They have to boss up a Comfey. So if they go retreat and attack with Cress and knock out Sableye, they have to knock out Sableye. Then there's a good chance, but they also just deck themselves out. So unless they go Iono, then we just win the game by passing. So it's not a game that we're winning with the Mew EX, like I thought we would, but maybe we will be able to win the game with Mew EX. We'll have to see. So we win the game because our opponent decked out, and that sucks for them. And we also have Comfey up active, so that's also cool for us. And we also have Rad Greninja, so if we ever, like, I think we probably just end up winning this game regardless. That's not a good card. Here, since we have the energy, I'm just going to go Flower Selecting. Roxanne's probably a cool card. I think I want to just use Roxanne. I need to see what my trainers were. There's an Escape Rope and a Switch Cart. And there's a Switch Cart and there's Escape Rope. So we should be able to get an Escape Rope. We win the game with this. So let's go ahead and attach here. And let's use Roxanne. Well, I mean, the thing is, I want to pass, just win the game. I think passing and winning the game is the bigger flex, but I think we win the game no matter what. So, yeah, you want to, we're going to go Roxanne and win the game this way, because that's more fun, right? Yeah, and we have some cool things that we can do. So let's go Raikou. We haven't used our V-Star yet. So we also have that. We also have this. So just in case we weren't winning the game already, let's go for Star Alchemy. And we're going to make sure that we get out of this. Let's go ahead, use Switch Cards. We're going to go ahead and use Switch Cards here into the Mew EX. Like, you can see that there's even opportunities for us to draw more cards. Like, I think there's a chance that we could just draw through our entire deck here. Let's use Restart. We'll draw an extra couple cards because we have it as a card drawing capability as well. Like, we also have concealed cards here where we could just pitch this away. So, I mean, the Mirage Gate's not going to be, like, anything particular. Like, that's nothing. But at the end of the day, we still just win the game, so it doesn't matter. We could have drawn into a whole bunch of other cards. So let's go Moonlight Shuriken. We're just going to go for 90 here and 90. Sure. So that's game. We win the game. We would have won the game by passing. We could have won the game with Mew EX. Our opponent played Iono. So, I mean, overall, a pretty cool gameplay. The deck's good as always. And we got to an early Sableye start. That's all it was. And there you have it. Lost Zone Turbo is still good because we got Ditto to make the deck a little bit better when those starts. And we also have the Mew EX to give us a little bit more options going on there. We used Restart. We didn't get to attack with it. But maybe our opponent, if they didn't stop going for Manaphy, we would have had an opportunity. Gardevoir is not really the best matchup to be using Mew EX in. Lost Zone Box Mirror is quite good. There's a lot of cool things that we could be doing with Mew EX, and you'll see that as we explore more of the Pokemon 151 metagame. Again, I do want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors of this video, Deck Out Gaming, PTCGL Store, and Atlas Collectibles. Be sure to check out the description if you're trying to pick up any cards, some PTCGL codes, all that stuff. Also, check out TCG Bulk if you're trying to get rid of your bulk. And of course, use Ultimate Guard products like the rest of the Shuffle Squad. Why not? Like, share, subscribe to this video. Let us know in the comments what you think about this deck. And of course, check out our Patreon if you're trying to get access to our articles, our lists, all that great stuff. That being said, I will catch up with all y'all later. Peace out, and have a great one. Hey trainers, tired of having too many cards lying around? I know that feeling, and I know what a hassle it is to try and sell those cards. But selling bulk is now easier than ever with TCG Bulk. Find tons of potential buyers in a single place. You just download the app, look for the best buyer near you, and carefully pack your bulk, ship it, and you get paid. It really is that simple. Turn the cards you don't want into the cards you absolutely need for your next deck. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching this entire video from the Shuffle Squad. Honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every person that supports our content, watches what we have going on every single day, every single week, even from time to time, and continuously allows us to have a forum to project our creative content towards the Pokemon TCG community. So if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment to help boost the YouTube algorithm. That being said, we'll catch you with our next video. Thanks again. Take it easy.